Alphabet's down sharply today. Justice doubling down on a request to break up that company. We can take a look at that stock because it's one of the ugly ones today as well. Jimmy, what about Alphabet?
Alphabet, I have a very big position, but, you know, breaking news, as we've been talking, something that I was going to do yesterday morning, I'm just doing it now. I just fired off an email to my trading team asking them to raise the position in Microsoft. I know you asked about Google, Alphabet. Allow me to you know, improvise here. I do think, and I think we're all saying this, that this is a buying opportunity. Joe, you made a very good point about institutional buying, and you said it doesn't matter whether it's right or wrong, institutional selling, it doesn't matter whether it's right or wrong. To a fundamental person like we all are, it's a great opportunity. Now, I will look at the chart of Microsoft and say it looks pretty terrible, but it's looked pretty terrible for a long period of time. Folks, I'm not saying that this is the bottom. What I'm saying is Microsoft is a great company. NVIDIA is a great company. You're getting these stocks now at really good prices that if you, I'll just finish in a second, that if you just look back from a year from now, you're going to probably feel these were very good buys. I bought NVIDIA 2 weeks ago. Right now it looks stupid. I get it. I'm willing to hang on for a month and see how it looks after that.
Well, the other side of it is because these are the most liquid stocks, that's where the money's coming out of. Now, it happened on the way up, too, because if you owned it and all the liquidity comes into the market, people buy the S&P, but they don't buy equal weighted. They buy market weighted. It goes down the other way, too. You're liquidating S&P positions. What are the first ones that come out? And you're getting the most liquid stocks, whether it's Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA. Let's sell those. In the meantime, you've got defensive stocks that aren't going anywhere because they're not that big part of the index.
Yeah, but that's obviously representative, the defensive stocks, about where the overall tone and tenor of the market has switched to.
Right.
That's why you have things like staples and healthcare doing well at the expense of everything else. What are you going to say about Alphabet?
Quality is outperforming once again, and quality had kind of disappeared in the last 6 months of 2024. Quality's outperforming, equal weight is outperforming once again. In the case of Alphabet, look, it's this universal Mag 7 deleveraging that's going on right now. It's indiscriminate selling. Pick the winner on which one you believe over the long term you want to be allocated towards. I personally don't have ownership of these names. I just have them through the ETF. I like Amazon here. I believe in what Amazon's doing with Anthropic. I believe what Amazon's doing in terms of the AWS growth. And I think ultimately you're going to see Amazon make a significant push in the direction towards live sports programming beyond where they are currently.
You guys see Apple today down near 6%. You don't see that every day. They delay their Siri AI update. Jimmy, you own this one too.
Yeah, but this has been a clear outperformer. I mean, when you say I own this one too, what I think to myself is I don't own enough of it. It really has outperformed the rest of them. Obviously, I just made the call on adding to Microsoft. I think the problem, if you can label it a problem with Apple, is, you know, how do they generate the growth rate that its multiple currently implies? And Scott, this is writ large for the market. This is what you've asked about 3 times so far today. Is the multiple too high? For Apple, it probably is a little too high, but by no means am I going to sell.
31.5 times. Now it's probably a little bit less with the pullback, but the knock on it was it was trading on premium fundamentals that weren't even premium. So it was given a premium multiple when it wasn't even trading on premium fundamentals.
I completely agree, which is why I've been underweight. And as I already said, it's been wrong to be underweight. But I apply the same ideology that you just expressed to Microsoft at now 26 times forward earnings. Give me that. Give me that. I'm not going to add to Apple right now. Microsoft, yes.
The problem with Apple, too, is that you could look at the fact that it did, like Jimmy said, hold up better than a lot of these other names in the mega cap space and throw your hands up in the air and say, well, I don't get that. Why? China's near 20% of their revenues. Now you're going to talk about tariffs to China, where a lot of their components come from to go into the phone. Why does the stock continue to get that premium of a multiple to the market when the fundamentals don't necessarily scream out that they should? Despite the fact that they have this incredible installed base, everybody knows that story to this point. Does that justify 31 times earnings?
And I've said it before, we own it, but not in size, but I haven't added to it because of the multiple. It needs to come back. And you had a few catalysts there, which, you know, people were saying, well, now they just delayed it in terms of AI. They also don't have to spend as much money on AI as all the others have to do because they can just use the other models that are out there. So what you were getting was a premium multiple for a consumer staple stock in the technology world. And today, when they come out an announcement, you're going to see more source of funds out of it.